In life, trust is one of the most sacred gifts we can give, but trust does not mean exposure. A tree may stand strong, rooted in the earth, yet it does not reveal the secrets of its roots to the eyes above. In the same way, even when you trust, you must learn the discipline of silence, because words, once released, cannot be taken back, and not every ear that listens is meant to carry your truth. Today, I want to share with you a lesson that real strength is not in telling everything you know, but in knowing what to keep within. Trust is one of the most precious treasures in human relationships. It is the foundation that allows us to build bridges with people, to connect, and to feel safe in opening our hearts. Yet, trust is not the same as exposure. Just because we trust someone does not mean we must hand over every piece of our inner world. Imagine a candle burning in the darkness. The flame is bright, it offers warmth, but if you expose it too much to the wind, it will vanish. Protecting the flame is not a lack of generosity, it is wisdom. In the same way, when you share everything without boundaries, you risk extinguishing the light that keeps you strong inside. Think about the people in your life. There are those who care for you, who truly wish the best for you. Yet, there are also those who may smile while listening, but quietly store your words for another purpose. The truth is, once a secret leaves your lips, it no longer belongs to you. It can be repeated, twisted, used, or even forgotten. But when it remains within you, it stays safe, unbroken, uncorrupted. The art of trust is not about blind openness. It is about measured wisdom. To trust does not mean to scatter your thoughts like seeds into the wind, hoping they will fall on fertile soil. To trust means choosing carefully where and how you plant those seeds. Silence is a form of strength. Many people think silence is weakness, a lack of confidence. But in reality, silence is the highest form of discipline. When you learn to remain quiet about certain things, you create a shield around your inner world. You maintain a space that no one can invade, a sanctuary where your thoughts, dreams, and struggles remain under your protection. This is not about mistrusting others, it is about respecting yourself. Because your words are energy, and energy should not be wasted carelessly. Look at nature for guidance. The mountain stands tall and unshaken, but it does not tell the world of its inner core. The ocean covers vast mysteries beneath the surface, yet it does not reveal them all to the sky above. The tree, though exposed to the winds and storms, keeps its roots hidden deep underground. These examples from nature teach us that what remains unseen is often what gives strength. If the mountain, the ocean, and the tree can hold back their deepest truths, why should we believe that revealing everything makes us more real or more authentic? Trust is valuable, but silence protects it. This means you can love someone, you can respect them, you can even trust them with parts of your life, but still, there must remain something that belongs only to you. Not from fear, not from doubt, but from wisdom. Because sometimes the very people you trust today may not walk with you tomorrow. Sometimes those who are close now may drift away later. And the words you once spoke in innocence can become the very tools used against you. Holding back certain parts of yourself is not dishonesty, it is balance. It is learning that your inner world is a treasure chest, and not everyone deserves to hold the key. In fact, very few people in life will ever earn that level of closeness, and that is perfectly fine. You are not meant to be fully understood by everyone, because you are not meant to give your essence away so easily. When you begin to live with this awareness, you carry yourself differently. You speak with clarity, but you do not overshare. You express with honesty, but you do not reveal all. You offer trust, but you maintain boundaries. And in this balance, you discover true freedom, because then your trust becomes pure, not diluted by fear of betrayal, and your silence becomes power, not emptiness. Not every listener has pure intentions. This is a truth that can feel uncomfortable, but it is also a truth that can protect you if you accept it. In the world we live in, people wear many masks. Some wear masks of kindness, some wear masks of friendship, some even wear masks of loyalty. But behind the mask, intentions may not always align with what they show you on the surface. It is not about becoming suspicious of everyone. It is about recognizing that human beings are complex, and not every ear that hears your words is meant to protect them. When you share something personal, something fragile, something close to your heart, you are giving away a piece of your inner self. The one who listens can hold that piece gently, with care and respect, or they can drop it, misuse it, or pass it along without thought. And once it leaves your mouth, you lose control of it. A word spoken is like a bird freed from its cage. You cannot catch it back, and you cannot control where it lands. If the listener's heart is pure, your words are safe. If their heart is clouded, your words may become a burden or even a weapon. This is why discernment is so important. Discernment is the ability to see beyond the smile, to feel beyond the words, to sense the energy behind the actions of people. A person may nod and encourage you to speak, but their reason for listening may not be to support you. Sometimes people listen to compare. Sometimes they listen to compete. Sometimes they listen to gather information for later use. And sometimes they listen only because silence feels uncomfortable to them. To know this is not to become paranoid, but to become wise. When you realize not every listener has pure intentions, you learn the art of selective sharing. You learn that your deepest struggles, your most vulnerable feelings, your sacred dreams should not be given freely to every passing hand. Imagine carrying a rare gem in your palm. Would you hand it over to anyone who asked to see it? Would you place it in front of strangers, exposed to those who might drop it, scratch it, or even steal it? No, you would protect it. You would carefully decide who is worthy enough to hold it, who has the patience and the respect to appreciate its value. Your thoughts, your emotions, and your truths are more precious than any gem. And yet many people offer them carelessly to ears that cannot honor them. Some may say that keeping things to yourself is a sign of mistrust, but in reality, it is a sign of wisdom. Trust is not about giving everything away. It is about giving the right things to the right people at the right time. And in order to know who those right people are, you must observe, you must listen, and you must learn the intentions behind the smiles. The way someone reacts to small things you share will reveal how they will treat the larger things you might one day tell them. If they gossip about others to you, they will gossip about you to others. If they dismiss your small concerns, they will dismiss your bigger dreams. If they use the details of someone else's life as entertainment, they will one day use yours the same way. This awareness changes the way you interact with the world. It makes you more intentional. It makes you pause before speaking. It makes you ask yourself whether the person in front of you has earned the right to receive the part of yourself you are about to give. Not every listener has pure intentions, and that is not your fault. It is simply the way of the world. But once you know this truth, you are responsible for how you act on it. Protect yourself, not with walls of suspicion, but with gates of wisdom. Open those gates carefully to those who have shown loyalty, to those who have proven care, to those who do not just listen with their ears, but with their heart. Wisdom is knowing what to share and what to keep. There is a great difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is the collection of information, but wisdom is the art of using that information with balance, clarity, and purpose. In life, we are constantly holding experiences, emotions, and thoughts inside of us. The question is never just whether we should share, but when, how, and with whom. A wise person understands that every word spoken carries weight. Every detail revealed creates a pathway for others to step into your life, and every silence preserved keeps a part of your power intact. To know what to share is to understand the value of expression. There are times when speaking your truth can heal you. There are times when sharing your struggles allows another person to help you, to guide you, or simply to remind you that you are not alone. In these moments, sharing becomes medicine, and the words leaving your lips lighten the weight of your heart. But to know what to keep is to recognize the value of privacy. Not every feeling needs to be exposed. Not every plan needs to be announced. Not every wound needs to be displayed. Silence, when chosen with wisdom, protects the parts of you that are still growing, still healing, still shaping themselves into something stronger. Consider a farmer planting seeds in the soil. He does not pull the seed out each day to show others its progress. He covers it, he guards it, he gives it time. The seed remains hidden, and in that hiddenness, it gathers strength until one day it breaks through the surface. Your dreams and your plans are the same. If you expose them too early, they may be trampled by doubt, by criticism, or by the envy of others. But if you keep them safe within you until they have grown strong, then no one can take away what has already rooted itself deeply. Wisdom is knowing that silence is not weakness. It is a form of incubation for the things you wish to bring to life. At the same time, wisdom teaches us that keeping everything inside can also create a prison. There are moments when silence becomes a burden rather than a strength. To know what to share means you have the courage to open yourself when it is needed. For example, when pain grows too heavy to carry alone, it is wisdom, not weakness, to let another person help you. When confusion clouds your judgment, it is wisdom to seek the perspective of someone who sees more clearly. To share at the right time is not about exposure, it is about connection. Human beings were not made to walk every path in isolation. We are meant to support one another, but only if that support is given to those who truly value it. Balance lives in the middle. Wisdom lives in the middle. Between silence and expression lies the art of discernment. Some words need to remain within the walls of your own mind because they belong to your personal growth. Some words need to be spoken because they carry the power to release, to heal, or to guide. The wise person recognizes the difference. They do not reveal everything, and they do not conceal everything. They measure their words like a craftsman measures his tools, using only what is needed for the work at hand. Think of water flowing from a spring. If the water rushes without control, it floods and destroys. If it is blocked completely, it stagnates and loses its purity. But if it is guided with channels, it nourishes the land, it gives life, it brings balance. In the same way, your words are like water. When guided wisely, they bring clarity and connection. When unrestrained, they can overwhelm. When held back completely, they can suffocate. Wisdom is not in silence alone and not in expression alone, but in knowing which moment calls for which path. Wisdom is knowing what to share and what to keep, and this wisdom is not something given by others. It is a discipline you build within yourself. It comes through observation, through reflection, through learning from the times you spoke too much and the times you held too much inside. Each experience teaches you balance. Each mistake refines your understanding. And with time, you begin to live with more awareness. You speak, but you do not overshare. You hold back, but you do not suppress. You give, but you also guard. This is the way of wisdom. Inner strength grows from mastering self-control. Strength is often mistaken for muscles, for force, for dominance over others. But true strength begins within. It is not about conquering the outside world. It is about mastering the inner one. When a person learns to control their impulses, their emotions, and their words, they unlock a form of power that cannot be taken away by anyone. Self-control is the invisible armor that protects you from unnecessary harm, from regret, and from the chaos that comes when you live without discipline. Every time you feel the urge to speak but choose silence, you are training your mind. Every time you feel the urge to react but choose patience, you are sharpening your spirit. Every time you feel the urge to reveal everything but choose to keep some things within, you are building an inner fortress. This fortress is not cold or distant, it is calm and steady. It allows you to stand in the middle of storms without being shaken. It allows you to walk among people who misunderstand you without needing to justify yourself. It allows you to trust without becoming blind. And it allows you to love without becoming unguarded. Self-control is not suppression, it is awareness. It does not mean you never feel anger, sadness, or the urge to speak out. It means you are aware of those impulses, and instead of letting them control you, you decide how and when to act. The person who cannot control themselves becomes a slave to their emotions. They reveal secrets in moments of excitement. They hurt others in moments of anger. They weaken themselves in moments of fear. But the person who has cultivated self-control becomes unshakable. They do not allow temporary emotions to destroy permanent peace. Look at the martial arts master. Before striking, there is patience. Before movement, there is stillness. Before power, there is control. Without control, power is wasted. The same principle applies to the way we live our lives. Your thoughts are powerful, your words are powerful, your actions are powerful. But without self-control, they may create more harm than good. A single uncontrolled word can damage trust built over years. A single uncontrolled reaction can close doors that may never open again. But a single moment of control can save relationships, protect your peace, and keep your path clear. Mastering self-control also means recognizing that not every thought deserves to be spoken, not every plan deserves to be shared, and not every emotion deserves to be acted upon. When you develop this discipline, you learn to move with intention instead of impulse. You begin to speak with purpose instead of noise. You begin to act with clarity instead of confusion. And in doing so, you build a reputation not only of strength, but of wisdom. People come to trust you more deeply because they sense your steadiness. They feel safe in your presence because you do not act recklessly. They respect your words because they are measured and meaningful. Inner strength grows each time you resist the temptation to give away your power through careless words or actions. Think of a fire. When it is uncontrolled, it destroys everything in its path. But when it is contained, guided, and focused, it becomes a source of warmth, of energy, of transformation. Self-control is the container for the fire within you. It does not weaken your flame, it intensifies it. It channels your energy so that it can be used with purpose. Without it, you burn out quickly. With it, you sustain your light for as long as you live. The journey of self-control is not about perfection, it is about practice. Every day, you are given opportunities to choose discipline over impulse. Each small choice adds up. Every time you pause before speaking, you grow stronger. Every time you breathe before reacting, you grow steadier. Every time you hold back something unnecessary, you grow wiser. And slowly, without realizing it, you begin to live with an inner strength that no circumstance, no betrayal, no disappointment can take away from you. This strength is not loud, it is not aggressive, but it is unbreakable. It is the strength of someone who has mastered themselves